knew he scores goals. We know it's what he does. But could you even have expected to see this many at this early stage from him?
No, I mean, I can't say that I can't say that I thought that, but like you, I thought he was going to score, and it's just interesting how and when he scores, right? Because even in the beginning, he was coming into the midfield. He wants space, right? I think he's recognized immediately, or maybe Pep told him that you're not going to see space against us here, right? Everybody plays a low block. This is how it's going to be. Because I remember specifically in the first game, he was looking and trying to play maybe in transition because of his pace and all of that. And I think, hey, now you look at 10 goals, six of them in the 6-yard box, right? 2 or 3 of them are just tap-ins from 1 yard or half a yard. His instincts, his first step, which is incredible, and we've seen that already on numerous occasions. The other 4 inside the penalty area. That in itself is a little bit different, right? Because we always kind of look for him to play a little bit on the counter. So he's been tremendous. I think, as we know, there are players around him that they can always find him, either in the midfield or in the wide areas. I think he's learning that a lot of movement, it may not be the best for him, right? He's also learning now that he doesn't need a lot of touches, and that there's a recognition of that, and numbers show that. And I think he quickly has recognized that, you know what? It may not be all that hard if I just stay in the right area in front of goal, because my strength, my instincts, my first step may just do it. I mean, we've seen it where, I mean, with ease, he pushes away or takes defenders with him and still finds a way to poke it in. I think, was it against Forest? I think in World. I mean, there's a number of goals where he just, even when marked very, very tightly, even when pulled, he still finds a way. So I think that's I mean, that's Manchester City's plan B. No question. We've always asked about plan B because there wasn't one. But this is a plan B. This is a plan A and B.
I was going to say, he's looking a bit like a plan A right now.
Well, yeah, but look, okay, funny that you mentioned it, because I think Manchester City would have been doing that with him or without him. I mean, they're still.
Well, they would be scoring the goals, right? They're always scoring the goals, but is he going to be scoring the majority of them now? It seems that way. Maybe they would have been scoring these goals anyway. But then it's something that I know I've talked to you about. Do you think there is a fear that there may be an over-reliance on him, or the fact that they can score means that they'll be okay?
I think that can be, right? I mean, we saw against Villa how narrow Steven Gerrard played them, and it made it difficult for Haaland and for everybody, really. It made it difficult because players were looking at him, right? I mean, there's already, look at Kevin De Bruyne that specifically kind of wants to pick him out because he's got that pass, right? He doesn't worry that Erling Haaland's got 6 guys on him. He's going to still make that pass. He's done that with Haaland or without him. So that's not an issue. But I'll tell you what, if Pep Guardiola feels that Manchester City are predictable, imagine him. If there's anything about Pep Guardiola and his team, is the fact that he's unpredictable. He's ruthless. There's zero doubt in my mind that if Pep feels that the team is predictable, he sits him. There's no question. No question. He's done it to Bernardo Silva after a season when he was unplayable. Remember that 98-97 season where Bernardo Silva, even now, I mean, he wanted to leave after not being in the starting 11. Then all of a sudden he plays well. He's done it with Mahrez. He's done it with Sterling. He's done it with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are for Pep Guardiola anywhere. He will drop you if he feels that the team's not benefiting. Now, it's not going to be an easy conversation, but the way I see Pep and the way I know, he's going to say, hey, you're doing everything right, but the team's not clicking. You'll come back. We'll find ways, but we have to throw something different to teams so they don't feel that they can just do their homework saying this is the way they'll play. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if at times Pep Guardiola goes back to false 9, and there's going to be times where Haaland's going to play all the time and do what he does right now.
Well, he did say after this game, Pep, he said he liked everything defensively, but he said offensively they weren't so precise. Now, I want to stick with you on the Haaland topic, and I want to give you a figure, and I need you to tell me an under or over, and we're talking just Premier League goals, not goals in other competitions. Over or under 40 goals this season for Erling Haaland?
Is that before the World Cup or after?
The whole season.
No, you may get to it before Christmas. 40 in the Premier League? No, that's no, probably not. No, I know it's 10. I know it's early, but as I've said, I think you're going to see.
No one scored this many at this stage in so few games in the Premier League. to start a season, right?
Yes, but I mean that's a big ask. And you know, I mean, part of me thinks, I mean, wow, I mean, if he gets 40, I mean, that predictability stays there. Nobody can figure it out. There'll be teams that'll figure this out somehow. And, you know, we do have to worry about his, you know, he's still very young. He's explosive, right? Pep is probably smart enough to know he's going to have to give him some time off. I don't know what competition, but, you know, maybe in Europe he plays. And don't you think that, you know, as I said, there's going to be times that he won't play. And I'm not saying he's going to get injured, but they're conscious of the fact that how young he is. The way he plays, explosiveness for those muscles and history of Dortmund. No, not 40.
Over or under 30, then I'm going to drop a whole 10 there. Over or under 30 goals in the Premier
30,
League.
I could see that, of course. I mean,
over 30
of it. Yeah. So it's going to be 39. He's not going to get to 40, but he's going to get to 39. How's that?
Because the interesting thing is when it comes to the Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland duo so far, and obviously it's early days, there's been 2 goal combinations so far. Now, Kane and Son hold the record in a single season with 14 goal combinations. Would you say that's under threat this season because of KDB and Haaland?
No, it isn't. I mean, you know, Son and Kane, that record only happened because these two understood that if they don't do it, nobody else on that Spurs team is going to do it, right? Here you have Gundogan, you have Bernardo Silva, who's, you know, you have Phil Foden, who can provide the ball. You know, I mean, you have, as I said, 3-4 magicians on that team that at any given moment, they can all find Erling Haaland. So I don't think you're going to see, in fact, I don't think you're going to see them coming anywhere near to what probably, well, I don't want to say that, but I don't see it.
And just a quick word then on City's result here. Was it a fair result in the end?
You know, I don't want to take anything away from Aston Villa and Stevie Gerrard because, you know, it was a sort of game and result that he badly needed, and they were good. But, you know, kind of coming back to Haaland, remember in the 4th minute, Kyle Walker took a terrible shot, even though Haaland was wide open. I remember, I don't know if it was the first game of the league or second, Phil Foden was the same, and Pep Guardiola went ballistic on Foden. Probably did the same with, you know, if City scored that in the 4th minute, which was a open goal, if Kyle Walker just found him, would have been done and dusted. So I think, you know, what Villa did is what we know what needs to be done to play and be successful against Manchester City, and that is to obviously defend well, but also ask questions. And it's not that they had great chances, but they attack Manchester City. We've seen Newcastle do this. We've seen Liverpool do it. Oh, and on top of that, you need a lot of luck. So I want to give something to Aston Villa there.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.